President Donald Trump has openly pressured the Federal Reserve to aggressively lower its benchmark interest rate to a target of 1%. The stated goal is to reduce government borrowing costs, making it easier for the administration to finance its growing and significant deficits. While the allure of cheaper debt is clear, the economic reasoning behind this demand is fundamentally flawed and carries substantial risks. First and foremost, a 1% policy rate is historically a tool for economic emergencies, not a characteristic of a healthy, growing economy. With the current unemployment rate at 4.1%, economic growth around 2%, and inflation exceeding the Fed's 2% target, the data does not justify such a drastic rate cut. As Gregory Dacko, chief economist at EY Parthenon, pointed out, from a data perspective, there is nothing to suggest the need for an immediate and substantial lowering. Secondly, the core risk lies in the potential loss of the Federal Reserve's credibility. The Fed's mandate from Congress is to ensure stable prices and maximum employment, not to facilitate cheap deficit spending. An unwarranted rate cut would be widely interpreted as succumbing to political influence, which could de-anchor inflation expectations. This would undermine investor confidence in the Fed's ability to control rising prices. The immediate fear in the bond market would be a resurgence of inflation, which paradoxically could drive long-term interest rates, including those on U.S. Treasuries, higher, not lower. Lastly, the president's focus misjudges the limits of the Fed's power. While the federal funds rate is a crucial benchmark, it does not directly dictate rates on government debt. Those rates are ultimately set by global supply and demand in the $36 trillion Treasury market, which weighs a host of factors, including inflation risk, economic growth, and institutional stability. The U.S. benefits from its status as a safe haven investment, a privilege built on the strength and independence of its institutions. Eroding the Fed's independence would directly attack this foundation of trust, as demonstrated when yields rose in response to the president's previous threats against the Fed chair. The global market has a powerful voice in this matter. Pursuing a 1% rate against all economic logic is not just a policy disagreement. It's a gamble with the very institutional trust that keeps America's borrowing costs manageable. In the world of finance, decisions can have far-reaching impacts on the economy and the nation's financial future. When politics and economics intersect, mistakes can have unpredictable and severe consequences. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this evolving situation.